surface hunting, I just found this. It's Crooksville Brush Creek Chert. The tip's leached off in one of them bad places, but it's like some kind of little stem point, and it's real ground. It almost looks transitional or something, but it's all I got so far. Later. Probably should take that, but I don't feel like it today. That's a brand new prey tank. Well, it's not brand new, but it's solid and good. I just think taking it. I'm still looking around. I just got this, let's see, this point, but it's probably pretty old. You can see how it's drying up, or you can see that kind of stemmed base, and it's just ground real heavy on the sides, not the base. I'd say that's something real old. It came off an Amos Point site, and since my last Amos, I've walked the beaches every day pretty much when water permits, and haven't found one. It's how hard they are to find. Since I started my YouTube channel, I'm serious 100% on this. I found more Amoses that are known in 2 years than are known, and it's because I found a site that no one had been on that had a bunch of them. That's it. And I just hammered it, and it's the place I was talking about that they push stuff over the top and dump rocks in, so it's ruined. But I cleaned it out. It was getting to the point where I couldn't find anything towards the end. I was going and blanking, and most trips I was finding like 3 of them. Looks like a nutting stand right there. Nothing in the other side. It was just a crappy one. And I'm looking around, you can see the base clay here, and then this stuff's just laying on the base clay. And you can see it here perfectly. This is a perfect example. Base clay, look at all that rock and stuff. Look how it's kind of stuck down in. That's what I'm scraping right there on them places. Them points are suspended right, all of them are like no deeper than that in that clay. And I pull the clay out and break it up and in my sifter, and that's how I find stuff. Like if I see a place like this, I'm looking for that under that. So that should explain a little bit more. But this place isn't concentrated enough because all this gravel, I don't sift here. It's, well, I have in the past. I found that black E-notch. It's usually at the back end of my videos on a place like this up further. But I had been there for hours and wasn't finding that. It's rough going. But anyway, I'll get back on my next find later. All right, let me get my phone put away. I got pictures. Got an Arrowhead. I was just seeing how rough this is on these sites, but walked a little bit, I don't know, 75 yards. Walked right in this gravel bar here. Let me get my pocket zipped up. I have a waterproof vest on, just in my phone, plus I keep it in the bag. Let's see if you see it here. It's partially covered, but it looks pretty nice. You see it there now? It's right here. Let me get it out. Oh, it's a nice point. It's a nice point. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. And that's just how it was made. That's right where it was struck off. Man, real nice work on it. And it's that green stuff. Look at that. I like it. I needed that. Not like I needed it. I've been finding all kinds of stuff, but I needed it on these early morning hunts. I haven't got to put a video and look at the coyote here. That's real fresh. It's a coyote. Well, I'd say that's a coyote. But these early morning hunts, I haven't found a point. Most of these places I have to surface hunt, and you just have to get lucky to find a point with all this gravel. But this place has more sand. This is right about right there where that log's going right there. Let me hit this screen right there, right behind it's where I found that black E-notch. Look at that on the board. It's the second point. Got that other like transitional looking thing across the river. Let me get it out. So I got these two in my AM hunt. Not bad, not bad. Get back at you. Look here. That's a beast to a probably a wheeling beer. I found them. Well, I found a Raymond one here. Look, there's a dump here someplace in the bank. See, there's another piece. But look at this wash. It looks good. Looks good. And this is right. Yep. Look at this. I knew it. Raymond Brewing Company. But that's a crown top. That's a later one than that good one I found a few videos ago, the blob top. Man, that bottle's rare. couldn't find one on the internet anywhere like it, but my mom said there's one in a museum at Wheeling like it, so I'll have to go check that out. But I'm looking here and I found my Clovis steps from where I'm at, sticking straight up out of the bank, and then I sifted the whole beach, all of this, but we've had high water since, so I come back here and look at, because even any paleo tool to go in that frame is decent. I have a big knife too. I'll have to get that out. It's in a separate frame because it wouldn't fit in that Riker case with them other ones. I have like a 5-inch paleo knife, a Clovis point that's pretty much a redstone, I think. Multiple tools associated with it. Right in here. Looks different, the ground does, but this is it. Gets sanded in and unsanded in, and you see the base clay and all this stuff sliding down and just laying in these pockets. It's a big chunk of flint here. But I'll turn this off and I'll get back. See, there's another. Yeah, that's a newer one. But I'll get back if I see anything else. I'm almost to the end. There's only 20 more yards to look, and then I'm done looking. Later. This looks sick. Here's a broken point. I'm just gonna pick this up and not get pictures. Oh, that would have been nice. Right there's the notch, and look at it's Coshocton flint. Oh, real straight side. That's kind of odd, huh? It's a shame on that, but look at this wash. That's just steps after that last, and see there's a flake right there. I'm gonna look this real good. If I get anything else, I'll turn this back on later. Well, man, another breaking point. Just, I mean, 5 more steps. But this one's got a tip neck, but this is a concave base triangle, and I'd say it's like a Hamilton. I misspoke in my last video and called them Madisons. I was whipped. But right here, that's sick too. Look at that. Well, that might be a Madison. It looked more concave base on it, but man, that's a quality made point. It's as thin as a dime, and just the tip, almost all the tips on these are dinged off. But that's still a pretty little piece. I can restore that one myself, and it'll look, won't even be able to tell. Later. Alright, I'm heading back to my kayak. That looks like it's going to be it for this hunt, but you can see right in here's where I found my Clovis point. Right back here 5 steps I found like a Madison point. Found that stem point. So this site is from Clovis culture all the way up, and who knows if it's even pre-Clovis culture. Some of the stuff I find here is real weird, but there was people living here for thousands of years. Over 10,000. Like 100% right on these spots right here. And I think this is an ancient river crossing. I'm pretty sure. I did a bunch of research. That's why I started coming here. You can see all this stuff coming out. I think this gravel's from an ancient creek that flowed in here, and I think that there was a river crossing right here and falls in the river below me, like rapids, and that's why I'm looking here. But that's it for this one. Hope everybody's doing okay, and I'm going back out later today. This is just my AM hunt. I'm putting the kayak in and going sifting for hours today, and I'll find more points today. I'll probably find, I'm shooting for about 10 today. I already got a couple nice ones this morning. Can't count all of them, but that stem point's nice and that little triangle's nice. I'll put the tip on it and that'll look great in one of my frames. It's a nicely made point. But anyway, that's it for this one. Later. It's a beautiful boat. Amherst, the Tennessee. Beautiful boat. Beautiful boat. Look how clean it is and nice. But them guys are happy to be working on that and get to see the river. If I wasn't doing this, I might do that. This one's gonna throw up some big wake, and it's gonna be dangerous, so I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna row out of here later. All right, folks, I've been here a good while. Cut my arm all up. A big rock come down and hit me when I was pulling out some stuff. But I thought this bottle was going to be good. I got a short blob top, but it's not embossed. But I got this Scott's like cod liver oil, and it's an old cork one, and it's nice. And I got 2 nice marbles. So I got a real nice, like probably alley and a big shooter, so it was kind of worth it. I'll get some Arrowhead clips on with this too, and maybe 7 pounds of stuff today. Some milk glass, some lids, but not a bunch. I'll get back on my next one, folks, later. Alright, old Rocks Cousteau's back in the dump. And I got a pretty nice layer going back in here. You can see it's nice in there, but I got a nice marble one. Excuse me, man. Just sucked a mosquito in my mouth. But this looks like an old alley agate or something. Let me get this cleaned off. I'll be back in a minute. It's a nice one. It might even be a corkscrew later. Well, this has a clear veneer over the outside, and look at that pattern on this marble. It'd be nice if it was blue and red, but I'll take it. That's pretty nice. Real nice condition. Another good find for old Cousteau. Later, folks. I found a crock, and you can see how I backfill. I never leave really holes in the woods. I'm gonna get all them rocks out of that face. They're above the layer, and lay them in here. See, there's a nice flat here. It was just straight up and down before. See, I got a pile of them there. I'm gonna lay them all in here and even this all out, and it'll terrace the hill and it'll make it better. This trash is loose and this was slipping, but the reason why I turned this on is sitting down here. I can at least sit down here and relax and listen to headsets. Right now I'm listening to a little Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, Motorhead, ZZ Top, and other classic rock, and some Pantera. I got a good playlist going. But right here I got a big, I don't think it's a sulfide, but it's an old marble. Right there's a Ponel mark. Look at that. That's no chip. That's a Ponel. It's a clear, like green one, but it's big and it's old. It's old. Well, anyway, I wanted to show you that. I thought it might be a sulfide. It's not. I haven't found a sulfide for a while. I found one with a goat in it one time up here. Well, anyway, later. Well, dug that. Dug up there. Think these are places I probably already dug into those big slips on this hill. Like if you come to a place I've been as many years as I've been digging this and you don't know where I've dug, you're done. You're not gonna find. Chuck came up here by himself and couldn't find nothing. And I'm sorry about that, Chuck. I should have pointed you in the right direction. I didn't really know you was gonna come, and probably, I think that was the day I had a bunch of stuff going on. But after 2.5 hours of digging, and I mean, you can see where the bank ends there. I've taken off a full, I don't know, just a little under 6 foot the first day I was here, and now I got this platform here, like you can come down and walk on this little flat that wasn't here before. And I'm back in here, and finally after 2.5 hours and only 2 marbles, look at this. And this is right in where I found that wheeling blob, and that's a blob top sticking right out of the bank, and it feels solid and it looks like a daggone old one. Look at it right there, and you can't fake that. Look at this. It's in a bank, it's just solid. It's gonna take me probably 20 minutes to get this out of here, and be careful. See all this daggone, this stuff is the enemy. It's as heavy as lead, this clay crap. But I will get this out, and if that's nice, that's just like a week maker. If it's embossed blob, something from the Ohio Valley, it's what we're looking for on this channel, Ohio Valley treasures. Because I'm serious, I want to keep this stuff my whole life, but none of my kids are interested in this stuff. Never shown any interest. Maybe they will at some point, but I want to get this stuff all into a museum, all of it. I know all of the stuff won't make it, but a good majority of it will. And if I keep doing this for another 30 or 40 years every day and doing it because of the YouTube, I'll have an enormous collection. I already do now. I have 2 houses full of stuff, rooms full of crocs that I found pre-YouTube. I've got it all, and I've got stuff that's never been seen before. And in the future, when I get like 30,000 subscribers, that's when I'm going to unleash all that stuff. But we will get this out, and I might hold this footage back. I don't know. It depends on how nice it is. If it's something that's unknown, I'll probably hold it back to when I get like 20,000. and then I'll put this clip in. I got a bunch of them saved now. I found other crocs here that I haven't shown. Like, I'm up here all day long, every day, like a job, and have been for, I don't know, probably 8 months. Just every day, all winter. Every day the ground wasn't froze, I was up here hammering it just like this. And this dump's huge, and I've just about got it cached. This is the last section right in here on this point, and it's the oldest part of the dump. I saved it for last. Anyway, I'll get this out and I'll show you. Let's pray it's whole. You can see that it's ready to come out. I took some, there was some bricks above it. Whoa! Get the key, I gotta watch. Look at that rock. I've been hitting the face with ones like that that tumbled all the way down the hill. And I don't know if you've ever had your bell rung, get blasted real hard. And you're just like out of it for a second. Let me just, this is gonna keep in. Hold on, let me pull this. I gotta hold the bottle because that rock hit me. Look at that big rock, it just hit me there. I got the bottle. Hold on here. There's the bottle. It's a blob, but I don't think it's embossed. Daggone it. Let me get it cleaned off later. Alright, it's not embossed, but it's a short blob. And man, that rock hit my arm. Look at that. Ah! And if you're not bloody though, you're not really looking. I've always said it. That's a pretty cool bottle. Too bad it doesn't say wheeling on it though. I'll get back in here and get busy later. Man, that stinks. Ah, that hurts. It's gonna have a bruise, but all this digging, see what I got exposed here. You can see how much clay caps on this, and right there's multiple bottles in this layer. I'm gonna have to dig this out. I think this is an old embossed beer. Oh, it's coming. Yeah, that's an old beer. It's an old one, but it's not embossed. That stinks. See what this other bottle is. It's nothing. Screw top from the 30s or 40s. I'll get back. There's bottles in here though. Let me walk back here. I got a cool bottle. I pulled it out, but I stuck it back in where it was at. You can see I got some milk glass. And this is the right age of bottles I'm really looking for all the time. If I'm not finding marbles. And older than that. I think this one's screw top, but it's an early one. And it's embossed. See how much I've dug. It was out to here. I cleared all this off. Look how deep I am below. You can see the fire ash layer right there, and then below it how it's reddened. If you get out of that fire ash layer and below it, the bottles are all good. Well, this might be cork. It looks cork to me. It is. And it says something. Oh, and it's got some, oh, it's got a dude on it. It's got a man on it. It's a figural. Oh, this is a day maker and it's aqua. Look at that dude right there. Oh, folks. This is a day maker. I think it's an old cod liver oil bottle, one of the oldest ones I've found. You can see the cod on this guy's back. This, oh, yes! I don't have this. Let me get this cleaned off. This is a day, well, it's a week maker for me because this is going right in my collection and I've never seen a blue one. I'll be back. It just has a Slade aqua. But look, it's cork. That might have had some kind of crimp seal on it, but that's an old top. It's pre-screw top. It says Scott's Emulsion. Emulsion. E-M-U-L-S-I-O-N. And it has the fisherman with the cod on his back, trademark on it, and it says cod liver oil with lime and soda. Very cool. All right. That's a day maker for me, folks. It'll look nice on one of my shelves with my bottles, and look at the condition of that bottle. All right, later. All right, I got a bottom of a milk bottle showing down there and it has a C on it, but you can see all the digging I've done. And look at them rocks perched right there. I mean, that one weighs as much as a small compact car. But I got that cod liver oil bottle, which is nice, and you can see I've been finding heartbreakers. I've been throwing them here. But if this milk's whole, I'm leaving. Cause this right in here, and it's got like, well, I don't know if this is a mill. Oh, it's not a mill. Daggone it. Later.